Hey, I'm Jason McCoy. Welcome to a very special edition of iHeart to Heart with country superstars, Rascal Flatts. Guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
We're so excited to have you here, though, celebrating 20 years making music together. And, you know, it's just a big treat to have you here hanging out with us. Our contest winner, I'd like to introduce you to Katelyn and her husband, Christian.
Hi, Katelyn. Hi, Christian. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing good.
Now, Katelyn and Christian are in Toronto. Huge fans. Have seen you play many times and have a lot of great questions for you. Actually, very special connection between Rascal Flatts and something that happened to them pre-COVID. They got the chance to do something that a lot of folks in the last few months haven't. I'll turn this over to Katelyn.
Yeah, so because we're some of those crazy people who wanted to get married in Canada in the winter. We got married in January, and our first dance song was Bless the Broken Road. So it's a really special song for us.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you guys were fortunate enough to get married before the world fell apart. And actually, were you able to actually have people there? Because some people are having weddings like virtually and with no family members or people there. So were you able to have people? That's great.
Yeah, back in January, everything was normal. So we got lucky.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. That is such a great story.
And then another thing is, this is actually your second time meeting Katelyn. So a couple years ago, you were up at Casino Rama, and she won a backstage.
Right.
So I don't know if you don't remember this, but
so
there you go. Here's a picture of you two.
That's awesome.
So she's definitely a super fan. And then I came along, and she introduced you guys to me, and I'm a fan too now. And yeah,
that's
wonderful.
And you guys must get that a lot with the Broken Road being, people saying this was our first dance at our wedding, or is this something that we, met to or fell in love to, or it's the story of our lives. That song really touched a lot of people.
Yeah, it did. And it's one of the greatest things any artist can hope for, is that a song becomes special enough that people all over the world resonate with it and it means something to them. And I think that Broken Road has certainly been one of those songs. We also have a song for people that are getting divorced called I'm Moving On. So we're a full service band.
That's one of the things that we love about you guys is, the three individual personalities, what you guys do on and off stage is just amazing. And Christian and Katelyn were saying that they've seen you several times. Of course, they already mentioned Casino Rama. But Christian has a couple other questions for you here. And he mentioned earlier, I think it's something I'd love to hear the answer to as well.
So a couple of years ago, you guys were a part of the mashup Country Artist Now and Forever video. And out of all the people who appeared alongside of you, is there anyone that stood out as, your favorites or that you were excited to work with?
I'm trying to think. There was a ton of artists on that, right? Now and Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge mashup with,
The thing is that we all shot that at individual times against a green screen. So we really didn't even see it until the finished product was out, or hear it until the finished product was out. But most of the artists that were on that shoot are dear friends of ours. So, it was an honor to be on there with a bunch of them. Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Little Big Town, Thomas Rhett, Blake Shelton, they're all dear friends of ours. So to be able to share in that moment, I think was really, really great and special for all of us to be in that collaboration.
Yeah, it's a fantastic song, and everybody had their own voice within it, so it was so well placed. Everybody was, speaking with their own musical sound, and it just fit together great. We were talking about that it's a great way to bring this traditional thing into today's radio. And you guys have always been at the cutting edge of today's radio. You're doing it again, obviously, with How They Remember You, which is it's in the top 30 at radio right now. Another song that's very poignant. You guys have all these great songs. I guess a question for me is, when you've got a singer like Gary, I'm glad we got the two of you guys here, which phone book do you decide is going to be the single? Because you can sing any song in a phone book and it's just going to be fantastic. That must be a little difficult because they all sound so great.
Very, very kind of you, but yes, and it's true because he can sing anything and make it sound good. But I think Gary, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I've been on here. Can you guys not get me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
It sounds like one of those cell commercials.
Okay, yeah, I've been on here.
Just to speak a little more to that, though, it comes down to the song. I think the lyrics and the melody. You know, once we have something that we feel like and we hear it, kind of twists our ear a little bit. Just a little bit different melody that's unique and a hook that just says everything it needs to say, and then you mash that up with a singer like Gary, you're going to get something golden for sure.
Amazing. And Katelyn and Christian, we were talking beforehand about favorite songs, and one of the things that Rascal Flatts are known for, not only just a great dynamic show personality, but these songs that really touch people in different ways and all different sorts of subjects. Some favorite songs from you?
I like banjo just because it resonates. You know, my grandma plays the banjo up at the cottage, so I'm going to try to get her to play that one. And yeah, so obviously all the songs, but you know, I don't know, off the top of my head, that's one that I enjoy. What about you?
That is so awesome. What about you, Katelyn?
It's so hard for me because I'm like, oh, everything.
Don't say tequila because that's Dan and Shay.
Okay. Well, also, okay, another kind of connection we have in another special Rascal Flatts song for us is actually Yours If You Want It, because that's the song that Christian actually sang to me when he proposed. So that's special.
You little softy, Christian.
I know what she likes. You guys are her favorite band, so I had to work that in somehow in the proposal, you know?
That's so cool.
Great.
Well played, bro. Well played.
You guys are saying the soundtrack to their romance. It's pretty special.
Amazing.
That's great. I'm just fascinated by the songs you guys have had. 17 number ones, 23.5 million records sold, billions and billions of streams. So obviously you touch a nerve with folks around the world in a very special way. And for me, I enjoy the Canadian connection as well. With you cutting the Tom Cochrane song, Life is a Highway. I want to know, did you actually meet Lightning McQueen?
We didn't get to meet him in person, no.
Yeah, all right.
We saw the car that they took on tour though at John Lasseter's house.
Oh, really?
And we was parked at all the movie theaters, and they did a bunch of exhibitions with it and everything. That was pretty cool to go out to his ranch in California and see the actual car that they built for the advertisement, which was great.
Yeah, I bet. Well, Christian, back over to you. You had a few more.
Funny, speaking about talking about Canada, and we just finished watching Jay's Netflix series, and I think there was a quote in there, and your impression of Canada way up north and wider than your sister-in-law's mouth or something like that.
No, I believe it was that her mouth would be bigger than all of the northern hemisphere of Canada.
Wow.
Yes.
What are some other questions? Katelyn, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, so speaking again about Canada, what's your favorite part of coming to Canada? Is there like a particular food that's authentic Canadian you really like, or do you like the weather, or?
Poutine would be my favorite food in Canada, and also, I mean, the beer. You can't get any higher alcohol volume.
No, it's like 9.0 beer.
Yeah.
It's like drinking moonshine.
Oh, that's attractive. Right
What's
on.
that?
That's a very attractive thing to our neighbors to the south. It's a very good thing.
It is.
Is it true though that Ruffles potato chips all dressed up? Is that Canada's favorite chip?
Oh, we got chips down, man. We got ketchup chips. We got dill pickle chips. We got chips all over. I don't even know why we have chips like this, but we got your chips, man.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, because it says it right on the bag. Canada's favorite chip, all dressed up.
Yeah, man.
So,
have you guys endured an actual Canadian winter?
Yes.
We have been. We were on
with
tour.
Toby Keith.
That's exactly right.
2002, Toby Keith tour. And we started on the far east side of Canada and went all the way to the far west side of Canada. And spent about 3 months, starting in early February, all the way across Canada. And it was, we had never experienced cold like that before. It was unbelievable. But let me tell you what, you people were tough up there because they just came out in droves to the shows. The concerts were amazing. You know, Toby was on fire. We were catching a wave back then. And it was just amazing to experience Canada like that.
I bet. Pretty interesting country where it gets so cold, and then we actually have a fairly beautiful summer for the 2 days that we actually have it. So,
both those days are great.
And Christian and Katelyn, we have time for another question for the guys.
So we were supposed to see you up here last week, obviously, but you know, with COVID, the tour got canceled, and then so it was supposed to be your farewell final tour. So is this can't be it? You can't go out like this, right?
Well, we certainly don't want to go out this way, of course. You know, we feel like you guys and all of our fans deserve more than just for us to disappear, obviously. The problem is right now that we're faced with is we don't know when and how anything is going to open back up yet. There is no timeline still for any of the amphitheaters, any of the bigger venues to open up. And more importantly, when they do open up, trying to figure out what those social distancing measures are going to look like, I think, is anyone's guess. So we're kind of shooting from the hip right now, and it's a moving target. And we just don't know when, how, or what that's going to look like when that does happen. So the answer to your question is, yes, obviously this is not the way we wanted to go out, and we love making music. And we've been making music the whole time we've been in lockdown. So, you know, we'll figure something out, and you guys will be the first to know. I promise you that. All right.
That's nice to hear. Well, we thank you very much for joining us, guys. And Katelyn and Christian, thank you once again. It's pretty amazing. You guys, like I said, you have literally been the soundtrack to their romance. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's wonderful. Awesome. And what an honor, guys. Congratulations. And thank you for loving our music. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Jason McCoy here saying thank you for hanging with us on this very special iHeart to Heart with country superstars Rascal Flatts. Thank you all very much. All right, you guys be safe, and so good to meet you, Christian and Katelyn. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good to meet you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, guys. Thanks for doing this.